Chapter 3 YAMA. Footnote: YAMA means literally control. It is dealt with in detail in Part 2, the wand. And NAMA. The Hindus have placed these two attainments in the forefront of their program. They are the moral qualities and good works which are supposed to predispose to mental calm. YAMA consists of non-killing, truthfulness, non-stealing, continence, and non-receiving of any gift. In the Buddhist system, sila, virtue, is similarly enjoined. The qualities are, for the layman, these 5: thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt drink no intoxicating drink. For the monk many others are added. The commandments of Moses are familiar to all, they are rather similar, and so are those given by Christ. Footnote: not, however, original. The whole sermon is to be found in the Talmud. In the Sermon on the Mount. Some of these are only the virtues of a slave, invented by his master to keep him in order. The real point of the Hindu Yama is that breaking any of these would tend to excite the mind. Subsequent theologians have tried to improve upon the teachings of the masters, have given a sort of mystical importance to these virtues, they have insisted upon them for their own sake, and turned them into Puritanism and formalism. Thus non-killing, which originally meant do not excite yourself by stalking tigers, has been interpreted to mean that it is a crime to drink water that has not been strained, lest you should kill the animalcula. But this constant worry, this fear of killing anything by mischance is, on the whole, worse than a hand-to-hand conflict with a grizzly bear. If the barking of a dog disturbs your meditation, it is simplest to shoot the dog, and think no more about it. A similar difficulty with wives has caused some masters to recommend celibacy. In all these questions common sense must be the guide. No fixed rule can be laid down. The non-receiving of gifts, for instance, is rather important for a Hindu, who would be thoroughly upset for weeks if anyone gave him a coconut, but the average European takes things as they come by the time that he has been put into long trousers. The only difficult question is that of continence, which is complicated by many considerations, such as that of energy, but everybody's mind is hopelessly muddled on this subject, which some people confuse with erotology, and others with sociology. There will be no clear thinking on this matter until it is understood as being solely a branch of athletics. We may then dismiss Yama and Nama with this advice: let the student decide for himself what form of life, what moral code, will least tend to excite his mind, but once he has formulated it, let him stick to it, avoiding opportunism, and let him be very careful to take no credit for what he does or refrains from doing. It is a purely practical code, of no value in itself. The cleanliness which assists the surgeon in his work would prevent the engineer from doing his at all. Ethical questions are adequately dealt with in Then Tao in Conk Som Pax, and should be the studied. Also see Liber 30 of the AA. Also in Liber CCXX, the Book of the Law, it is said, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Where footnote, sic, should be, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Remember that for the purpose of this treatise the whole object of Yama and Nama is to live so that no emotion or passion disturbs the mind.